I've got 3 trial classes today. I don't know why, but Monday is always a really popular day for trial classes. I don't always enjoy trial classes. And sometimes it's actually quite daunting thinking about trial classes while I'm trying to go to sleep at night, because they're very short and you have a very difficult job to try and show somebody exactly who you are and your professional skills in just 25 minutes. And even though I've been teaching for, well, just over 9 years now, I still get butterflies in my stomach before every single trial class. This is a great idiom, butterflies in our stomach. This means that we feel nervously excited. As a teacher, we're kind of expected to be rather extroverted. That's an adjective. To be extroverted means to be social, to be outgoing, to be talkative. Adjective, to talk a lot. But actually, as a person inside, I'm not always extroverted. I know that you see me every day and you probably think that I'm quite extroverted. I like being loud, etc., and talking to people, and I do. But sometimes I can also be introverted, which is the opposite of extroverted. Sometimes I enjoy time by myself. I enjoy time behind a closed door, and I don't always enjoy the difficulties of having to show yourself to a new person and almost try to show off and impress somebody. It's not really my character to behave like that, but during these trial classes, that's exactly what I have to do. And that's why I don't really always look forward to them. I mean, of course, I always give every trial lesson 100%. I always try my absolute best, but sometimes it's just not meant to be. Sometimes there's just not a connection between myself and the student. If we say that something is not meant to be, then we're suggesting that it's destiny, that it's something we cannot control. You see, it's also a trial lesson for me, and most students probably don't realise this, but I'm also giving you a trial, because if you would like to be a student with me, we need to be compatible. There we go, it's another adjective, to be compatible. Can you go together? And like I just said, not everybody is compatible, and occasionally, sometimes, I come across people who are not compatible with me, and it's very difficult to be direct and tell those people to their face. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have a working relationship. But the reality is that lessons like that are a complete exception to the norm, meaning that they don't happen very often. And it's actually rather unreasonable of me to stay awake late at night thinking and worrying about my trial lessons, because 95% of the time, the trial lesson is perfect. You, my student, potential student, you're amazing and you're personable and you're outgoing and you make my job easier, but sometimes you do find very introverted people, very rude people, and sadly, I'm not a counsellor, I'm a teacher. So I do have to choose carefully who I work with, because if I make a bad decision, then that's going to affect my whole life and that's going to affect my mood, because I will spend time worrying and thinking about this situation, which is something I don't have the skills to correct. But there we go, I just thought I'd give you a little insight into my Monday morning and what I've got planned for today. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and try and get myself ready for these trial lessons. Those butterflies in my stomach are building right now. Hopefully they won't be too bad when I'm actually teaching, because I'm not always extroverted. Sometimes I can be introverted. Sometimes I can feel like I don't want to communicate with people as well. So what I do and how I get through these difficult situations where I feel uncomfortable is I just imagine, well, the truth that this trial class is going to last 30 minutes. Whether it's good or bad, I'll still be sitting here on my fat ass after this lesson, and life will still continue and go on, and this lesson will have no impact on my life whatsoever. And if you allow yourself to think like that, which is basically the truth in most cases, unless your 30 minutes is stood on trial in court waiting to go to prison, but that's a different story altogether. You take my point. So in general, try to imagine that this situation has an end point, because once you realise that all uncomfortable situations have an ending, then it's easier to get through it, because you know that you're going to get through it and you know that your life will continue later. So if you're doing something challenging today or this week, or you're going to do something that will make you feel uncomfortable or nervous. Maybe you're taking an IELTS exam, for example, or you're having an interview in English, then try to follow this advice, okay? Clear your mind before the difficult activity, give it 100%, and know that it will end and you'll still be alive at the end. Okay, that's all for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye now.